Then on the February 3rd episode of the main event, 2, Savage and Hogan faced the Twin Towers, Akeem and Bossman.
R.I.P. for several reasons.
During the match, Akeem tossed Randy out of the ring, and he directly smashes into Liz. Like, she got all of it. Randy gets pulled back into the ring by Akeem, hair first, and then Captain Save-A-Ho over here, Hulk Hogan, abandoned Macho to carry Liz to the back.
Yeah, she fucking ate it hard. For her to not be an athlete and take that,
It's nuts.
Oh, fucking crazy.
Hulk does come back out to the match, but at this point, Macho is furious. He tags Hulk into the match by his face, hops out of the ring, grabs the winged eagle, and leaves. And then Hulk rises above hate, hustle, loyalty, respect, and beats Bossman and Akeem. In the back, there's a huge heated confrontation with Macho Man hitting Hulk with the belt, and the Mega Powers have exploded. We all love Macho Man promos, cream of the crop, yada, yada, yada. But I think these angry-ass Macho Man promos are some of his best work. Like, you got lust in your eyes and your black heart. This is some of Macho's best work. And, you know, people can talk about how hokey pro wrestling is. This is like legitimate, like Oscar fucking level delivery on these promos. Like, it's incredible.
They're fucking scary, dude.
Yeah.
He was terrifying. Fucking terrifying. Like, that's, like, he could get that dark. I mean, it's just really probably him tapping into his insecurities. Like, finding that space. And then also, too, you're doing this. You've kept your wife sheltered away from all these bad, terrible wrestlers, and now we're doing an angle that is playing out your worst fear. Hulk is lifting her up and then touching her butt, and you're choreographing that to kind of plant a seed. His insecurity is being played out in front, and it's been held him inside because he's a good guy, and now they're like, no, be a bad guy about this. So every fear, insecurity he's had about his wife being involved in professional wrestling, they're like, no, play that up. And this is what you get. It's fucking scary, and it's just another layer to the Macho Man, and that's what you want in great characters. There's another layer, and we get this other layer that's terrifying.
Liz is torn throughout the build of this feud as we get to WrestleMania 5, and there is not a match that could have been bigger in 1989, possibly ever. Like, this is the fucking top of the mountain. 80s Hulk Hogan, 80s Macho Man, but yet it's somehow not the most talked about. You know, Andre gets all the love, and then I think Warriors over this. But, like, there's not a bigger match than this.
Absolutely not. Mega Powers explode. Also, too, if I'm not mistaken, like, Macho Man had to have his elbow drained.
Yeah,
like
earlier that day.
Earlier, he was having, like, a fever from, like, shit getting clogged up in his fucking elbow. He's out there with a goddamn fucking injury wrestling the fucking main event of Wrestle-fucking-Mania. Yeah, this match doesn't get talked about enough. This is what people think of 80s wrestling is Macho Man versus Hulk Hogan. That's what people think of in their mind of what 80s wrestling is, this particular match. But when everybody talk about Andre the Giant, Hulk, and they want to throw all these other things out, but like, this is it. This is where 80s wrestling peaks. And dare I say, from here, it is a decline. There is a bit of a decline in a lot of things, in the art form, attendance, and a multitude of different things. But this is fucking it. This is as good as it will ever fucking be.
As Hulk and Macho battle, Liz is involved, kind of wanting to help both guys, but Hebner hits her with a double text and tosses her. This may be Liz's only career ejection. I have to check the WCW stuff. Macho ends up hitting a elbow, but all that does is trigger a Hulk up. And it's kind of like those stories you hear about a mother lifting a car to save her kid. I don't know if Hulk would do that for his kids, but for the world title, absolutely. They immediately go into the finishing sequence, punch, big boot, leg drop, and Macho Man's world title run comes to an end after 371 days.